I don't know. Because they smell nice. They're very colorful. That's why. Because it looks fake. I don't care what anyone says. There's no artificial flower that looks quite enough like a real flower, so it looks plastic and fake. I'm not gonna take that risk though. Yeah, but I wouldn't fail at anything because I can't. Well, not necessarily I wouldn't fail. I wouldn't be able to die, so I would be happy. I wouldn't need to risk anything. Yeah, basically. How else would you fucking let her know that you found it? What? Thanks.
Maria は詳しいな。そいつはみんなベアトリーチェに習ったのか?
Of course you did. That's not an answer. Fuck. So if you don't bear a risk, nothing can be gained, is that it? It definitely is the way of this world, but it's sort of in conflict with the chessboard thinking I like so much. At least when making moves in chess, players grope for the best move, always trying to avoid risk and hoping for an advantageous turn of events. Not necessarily, you can take a big risk with some big moves, because if they find out what you're planning, then, you know, that fucks you over. But the more risk you also take in it, the better it is. Just because it's the best move doesn't mean there's no inherent risk to it. They don't trust a chance, like in gambling. That's right, there's no room for gambling in an intellectual game. And yet this person called Beatrice has created such an outrageous crime, or maybe a ceremony, while purposely imposing conditions of her own loss and announcing them to us. In chess, you always play your best move. So by putting yourself in your opponent's position, you can predict their next move. However, we can't be sure that Beatrice's moves are always the best moves possible. I thought she was probably making us focus on the epitaph to fool us in some way, speaking in riddles, but according to Maria, that alone was impossible. She said this was a genuine risk that the witch had taken, and therefore proved that this was a formal ceremony for magic. I can't understand this witch called Beatrice. If she's committing this chain of murders with some goal in mind, why did she go all the trouble of exposing the conditions for her defeat? No matter how I spin the chessboard around and think from my opponent's perspective, I can't understand why she'd give up if this riddle is solved. Isn't it almost as though Beatrice doesn't care whether she wins or loses? Of course chessboard reasoning won't work against an opponent like that. I don't understand. What is Beatrice after that's making her carry out this crime? If she just wanted to massacre us all, she could have done it quietly without this whole crazy setup. There's no need for that kind-hearted advance notice. All this self-aware closed room stuff or any of the rest. It's all overacting. I've got no clue what it means. Will I be able to understand everything as long as I keep thinking of Beatrice as a greedy human culprit? If I don't accept her as a witch, will my chessboard thinking be stuck before I've even lined up the pieces? If she really is a witch and everything Maria said is true, then there's only one thing for us to do. The theory building in Discord and searching for the culprit has all been pointless. No, I'm not going to just placate and, subjugate myself to a fucking witch that kills people. No! I'm not gonna do that. That's just against my nature. I don't care if that is what's going on. I will never submit and say, yes, witch, please. We'll follow your game even though you're killing us. Fuck that. We should have all gathered in the dining hall, combining our knowledge to solve the riddle. By combining the knowledge of that many people, we might have been able to grasp at least a thread of the answer. I fucking doubt it. The greedy humans each desire to gain something over their opponents were getting offered up as sacrifice one by one, without gathering their knowledge together. In the end, did the humans get what they deserved? They thought they were using their brains, but they were actually thinking only of their greedy selves. Yeah, I don't think that's what was going through Jessica's mind. In the end, chessboard theory is a thinking technique where you can project yourself on your opponent. So greedy people use their greedy selves inside their opponents. I looked lazily at Aunt Rosa. She was probably tired from being under all this tension the whole time. She couldn't sleep, but she kept staring vaguely at some point off in space. Aunt Rosa had announced that we couldn't trust anyone who hadn't been killed. Aunt Rosa's chessboard thinking saw herself inside her opponent. In other words, maybe Aunt Rosa was an isolated woman, unable to trust anyone and unable to let her guard down. Obviously. Could have fucking told you that. Long ago, I think I heard about it from my dad. Aunt Rosa was originally a very obedient child, but her age was too far separate from the other siblings, and they often made conflicting demands of her during their confrontations. Thanks to this, she'd undergo a lot of psychologically harsh experiences in her youth. Oh boy. What do they mean conflicting demands? Often when she copied one of her other siblings, another sibling would give her a hard time. True, Aunt Rosa said many things today that could be taken as abusive, but that means those words were once showered upon her, which is why they were engraved in her vocabulary. The many abusive words that she's spoken were also words that had been showered with in the past. Now that I think about it, I've had that feeling that her style of speech sometimes has traces of Uncle Cross or Aunt Ava in it. I'd understand it as them being similar because they were siblings, but maybe it wasn't just that. For the first time, I truly sympathized with Aunt Rosa, whom I'd always assumed was just quiet and gentle. Then what about Maria? Maria's been a certain claim for a while. Making a certain claim for a while now. If we can solve the riddle the witch displayed to us, the ceremony will be halted and will definitely be saved. And I think she also said that Beatrice will never break a promise. But this is Maria we're talking about. She herself never breaks promises, and she has the most innocent heart. So she believes Beatrice also won't break her promises. She's able to believe that. But isn't that just an image of Beatrice in Maria's mind? There's no proof that the real Beatrice always keeps her promise, right? Fuck off! Fucking bitch. Keeps promises. God damn it. Keeps promises.
気分の謎を解けば黄金鏡へ至ることができるだろう
She didn't say all. She just said I keep my promises. That doesn't necessarily mean all promises.
さすれば儀式は終わるそれ以上誰も死にはせぬ
Cool. You didn't say that in red though.
祁答の極みがルールを遵守するってのかよ
わらわが残忍で卑劣で下道であることを否定はせぬだがわらわは魔女だ
What does that have to do with literally anything?
魔法を使う魔法を使うには守らねばならぬルールがある
Oh yes.
わらわは魔女だからこそそれをないがしろにできぬのだそれだけは信じるがよい
これだけめちゃくちゃやってきてそれでもルールだけは信じろってのかよ
わらわはたぶらかしはするもちろん人も騙す人間と変わらぬだが約束として口にしたことを
Cool.
保護人間はどうか約束を
No.
必ず守るのか
Sometimes. Actually, I do actually try my best. I won't, like, make an empty promise, though. I won't do that.
約束を守ろうちゃんと履行されてるかどうかは疑わしいな
Because nothing's worse than making a promise and not being able to fulfill it.
わらわから見れば人間の方がよっぽど利己的で下道な存在よ人間の約束ほど疑わしいものはないわらわも時に人間と契約するがくだらない願い一つ叶えるのにどれほど厳重に取り決めをするか想像もつくまい
Look, as long as that wish is far-reaching and, like, there's no, like, strings attached to it, I'm fine. Like, if there's no limits to what I can wish for, I don't care. That's all I need to know. There's no limit? Awesome. I want it.
少しでも隙があると連中はすぐに叶える願いの数を100に増やせとか
That's stupid
小
as
さな
fuck.
豆粒に変身してみろとか言い出す
That's honestly stupid as fuck. No. Give me a wish, Beatrice. I'll believe in you if you give me one fucking wish. No strings attached, as in, like, There's no limit to what I can have in that one wish.
親父によく言われたぜ。よく読まずにハンコを押すやつは骨の髄まで喋られて当然だって言ってたぜ。
Well, no shit. You have to be smart.
悪徳で荒稼ぎしてやがったんだな。
察しろ。人は生まれながらに詐欺を知りはせぬ。どこかで被った。
True.
だから覚えた。
Because the world's full of it. It's fun. Not. No, as long as you don't get screwed by it, it's just something that's there.
押し付け合わずにはいられぬ人の世の罪か。はて、どこの魔女に聞いたやら。まあいい。そなたが思っているほど、わらわも無慈悲ではないぞ。
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
嘘をつく。これだけの大勢をこんな残酷な方法で殺しておいて何が無慈悲ではないだ。約束は守るだと。いい加減なことを言うな。
Why? She's telling the truth.
俺はお前を認めない。断じて
Thank you.
それを譲らないことだけがお前への抵抗だと俺は信じてる。
なるほど。永遠の苛波であるのは、わらわに対しても同じであるというわけか。かもしれぬな。1000年は長い。
I could go for 10,000 years before admitting I'm wrong.
魔女の強さは、魔力より我慢強さで決まるのかもしれんな。なるほど。ベルン教の恐ろしさもうなずける。
何をわけのわかんねえ話をブツブツ言ってやがる。さっさと永遠の苛波とやらを続けろよ。俺は1000年でも1万年でも付き合う覚悟だぜ。
Oh, at least 10,000 years before I even acknowledge that she has magic.
よいよい。少しは戦う気力も戻ってきたようだな。そうでなければつまらない。ほら、対戦ゲームでもよくあるだろう。乱入したけど、相手があまりに弱くて拍子抜けで、わざと負けて最終ラウンドまで延長させて、最後に本気でフルボッコにすることとかってあるだろう。
Oh, good. Nothing like tanking on purpose.
例えの意味がわかんねえよ。
ワインと同じよ。よく熟成させねば輝かぬ。お前はそれに耐えられるワインだ。わらわがじっくり熟成させてやる。
I'd rather not be old, but
そな
whatever.
たをわらわの優雅な時間を彩る最高の美酒に育て上げてやるぞ。だからこの程度で屈服などするな。わらわを引き続き否定してくれよ。何しろわらわはそなたが認めぬ限り儚き幻想に過ぎぬのだから。
Yep. Oh, there goes the broken window that George probably wanted.
何度見ても辛いな。
Yeah.
教授、お察ししシャノンさん、鍵を頼みます。
Yeah, Shannon, you go get the bodies.
お亡くなりになられたとはいえ、奥様はレディーです。
Shut the fuck up, dude.
私には触れることができません。
Oh, what a good guy. Good guy, Goda. Has her intestines pulled out. Nope, sorry, can't touch her. She's a female. Yeah, that's why you're not touching her. It's not that you're completely grossed out by the fact that her intestines are hanging out. Obviously. Shannon nodded sharply, her expression filled with a sense of duty. George, Goda, and Shannon had broken a suitable window and were inside the chapel. Since they really hadn't wanted to break one, they'd searched for another way in just in case. But in the end, after proving once again that there was nowhere they could slip in through, it only became more obvious that this chapel was a mysterious closed room. Yeah, okay. Inside the chapel, time had stopped ever since the last time they left it. Even George wasn't able to approach that gruesome Halloween party again. It was only natural. It reminded him again of the sadness of losing both parents at once. And Goda, thinking the possibility that those corpses might have changed in some horrible way, now that half a day had passed, didn't want to let George get near them. Shannon followed Goda's instruction and approached the party table. Normally, Shannon might have resented having another dirty job forced on her. But now she could truly understand Goda's mental state. Even though Goda had a prodigious skill, he'd gotten dragged into trouble, losing his job and ending up left out in the streets before Natsui gave him a new life. Though it had been just a casual employment decision for Natsui, Goda must have thought it a turning point in his fate. Those around Goda could see that he felt a special kind of loyalty to Natsui, so he probably didn't want to lose that feeling even after her death. Whatever floats your boat, buddy. Now that half a day had passed, the bodies of Natsui and the rest had changed completely. Small bugs sniffed out of the smell of death and started to gather grass. It really wasn't something you'd want to look at directly. But it's in a closed room, though. Like, is it airtight sealed? Because I couldn't imagine too many bugs getting there. Maybe some ants. But other than that, I couldn't imagine too many. It's not like it's outside. Because of her long experience as a servant, Shannon had an idea of which pocket Natsui kept the key in her room in. It would probably be this pocket. Her guess didn't fail her. Just by touching the outside of the pocket, she was immediately able to feel it. Shannon held the key up high, showing the others that it had been found. As George and Goda watched her, their eyes opened wide. That wasn't the expression Shannon was expecting, so it startled her. Who's getting up? Oh. After all, Shannon hadn't noticed. Oh, let me guess, she's gonna get stabbed. George and Goda, watching from afar, noticed it first. After all, when Shannon had held the key up high, a blizzard of gold leaf had seeped up from around the table. There were countless gold butterflies. It was the first time George had seen them, so it might have looked like some kind of illusion. But Goda already knew. He knew that those gold butterflies were far from beautiful and that they would bring about some kind of misfortune. And that gold swelled, started trying to suck Shannon in. Oh my god, butterflies. Shannon also realized that gold butterflies were trying to swallow her up. She ran unsteadily, her expression still shocked. As she did, the gold butterflies danced around her all at once. They grouped together. They tried to swallow her up. No, these are a different gold butterfly. But George, shut the fuck up. What the hell's wrong with you? Do these look like gold butterflies? Yes. No, it's the other gold butterflies that fly around everywhere. Shut up, dude. Come on. George and Goda rushed up to Shannon, driving off the cloud of butterflies, and while the butterflies were scattered, they ran towards the broken window. However, they needed a good footing to get out of the window, which was surrounded by shards of broken glass. Go through the fucking door! Unlock the door and walk through it! When they'd entered, there had been enough time to prepare for that, but now there was none. Yes! I mean, you already fucking broke in here. It doesn't matter. It's already not a closed room anymore if the police investigate. You already fucked it up. Might as well just fucking open the door. Screw it. What do you mean it won't open? Just unlock it. Oh my god. So which one dies first? Goda or Shannon? Goda or Shannon? Goda took off his jacket, swinging it around and scattering the group of butterflies. But saying he was outnumbered would be a real understatement. It was doubtful that even bought them a short amount of time. George struggled with the broken handle. Its age showed and it didn't turn well. I couldn't leave it to strength. It needs the right angle, or there's some trick to it. George, open the fucking door! At that moment, Goda saw it. He was seen by it. In other words, their eyes met. On top of the party table, no, with the stained glass behind it, floating laughing, was the figure of the witch. He saw the figure of the laughing witch in the center of the gold whirlwind, with the gold butterflies fluttering about at the ready. That'd be just fucking going through the window at that point. Be like, yeah, you know what, guys? Sorry. I'm leaving. George, you can have fun with that. It should have been Gota's first meeting with her, but he knew her at a glance. Just like the other servants had said, this was certainly the witch of the portrait herself.
そろそろ晩餐の時間ではないか。すでにわらわはこの屋敷のホストである。そなたらを素晴らしきディナーで歓待しなくてはならぬというもの。おあつらえ向きに3人ではないか。これは実に好都合。
It's like I thought this was a bad idea. The hell was that? Oh my, it took you that long to open the fucking door? Bye. I'd be fucking gone. Yeah, he's dead, by the way. I'd be so fucking... I wouldn't even say it's open. I would just be sprinting out that fucking door. Bye, everyone. Fucking, I don't want to be convinced that I'm a murderer. Okay, Shannon, now is not the time to fucking look at her. Nah, keep looking. No! I'd be leaving. I'd be already halfway to that fucking mansion by now, actually. The golden whirlwind that had wrapped around Beatrice burst. The witch burst, in fact. It was like an evil hand had literally spread its fingers and was trying to attack them. The cloud of gold butterflies attacked with a fluttering sound. Yeah, I wouldn't be telling everyone that. I think anyone that doesn't understand that should die at that point. George's voice brought Shannon and Gota back to their senses. Standing here now would make them like frogs getting stared down by a snake. They had to resist. They had to fight this incarnation of the new, brutal, and frightening order in which Uroken Jima had been enveloped. There was no time to take out their umbrellas. The three of them dashed out into the pouring rain. The three of them never realized because they didn't turn around, but the gold butterflies apparently couldn't handle the rain too well, and this hampered their ability to chase after the humans. It's fucking magic. How aren't they able to fly? Fuck off. Yeah, magic my ass. Oh, magic butterflies can't fly in the fucking rain. Get the hell out of here. It's magic rain that's falling now. The three people ran from their golden pursuers and flew into the mansion. I would stay outside. Lock the doors. Oh, they're going to Natsu's room, right? They unlocked the door and dashed into the room. How'd they unlock the oh, the room. I was gonna say, wait, how did they even get through the front door, though? I would assume they'd have locked it. I don't know, I guess not. I guess they're fucking stupid. A bit of dissent from Natsui's favorite, gentle incense remained in there. However, there was no time to let that calm them down. You goddamn idiot! I assume it's going to be in a dresser, or fucking a nightstand, or fuck, closet, one of the under the bed. Shannon's womanly sensibilities led her to conclude that. But next to the bed, there was only an incense burner, a half-read novel, and glasses. What kind of novel? However, the dresser was elegant and had many drawers, and that would be understandable if she kept some of her valuables there. The fucking box on top! Hello! It screams, hey, there's probably something inside of there. Fuck that. I'm ripping all those drawers out after I checked that box on top. He began to violently open each one of the drawers. He had to hurry. He couldn't actually hear footsteps, but he had the feeling the witch was approaching. He had the feeling that her laugh was approaching. He emptied the drawers one by one and examined the contents. Every small box for makeup looked like a treasure box, and the amount of effort it would take to inspect all of them made him feel a little dizzy. Yeah, it's going to be in there. At a glance, it looked slightly larger than a music box. When shaken, it rustled, as though various small objects were inside. But it was locked and didn't open. Break it. Probably in her fucking clothes somewhere. But fucking break it. Screw it. Are you fucking kidding me? Shannon, get the hell out of here. Go. You can leave by yourself and get it. Jesus Christ, you're useless. Thank you. Break it on the side. Goto looked over the rim, trying to see if there was some tool they could use. And he noticed the door, which had been left open ever since they'd entered. Why didn't they close the door? He approached the door to close and saw the abominable shadows of people approaching from the beyond the darkness in the hallway. Yeah, it's going to be Rosa, Battler, and Maria because you guys have made so much fucking noise because you guys are acting crazy. No, it wasn't the shadow of people. Never mind. Just kidding. Because they weren't human at all. Goto's voice trailed off. It was the shock of seeing a procession of these not of this world. He was a servant, so he knew all the servants working for the Ushiramiya family, but he didn't know about these. However, they were definitely servants, and not servants working for Ushiramiya Kenzo or Ushiramiya Kraus. Oh god damn it, go people! These new servants who had worked for the new master of the mansion, the Golden Witch Beatrice, had goat heads and bright red boiled eyes of lava. As the new master laughed loudly and trimly directed 6 of the new servants. You saw them approach, piercing the darkness as they came. Of course, she was clad in gold butterflies, that were simple. Goto hurriedly closed the door and locked it. That's what I would have done. Fuck it, barricade it. However, just as he locked it, it returned to normal, just as though a spring or something had knocked it back. It gave the illusion that some prankster beyond the door was unlocking it every time he locked it. Hold the key in the locked position. Duh. When you put it in there, just hold it in the locked position. Thus, it won't spring back. Unless, of course, you're fucking weak. They couldn't have reached the other side of the door yet. So who was doing it and how? It almost felt like playing with a broken toy. Barricade it. It opens inward. Just put a chair there. Put the bed there. Something. I think a bunch of furniture will. It was like the witch could see Goto's frantic effort through the door. Even now the footsteps continued to approach, and when not just their footsteps, but even their breath could be heard. Goto gave up on the lock and slammed into the door, locking it using his own large body. Take your fucking time, guys! Of course the fountain pen doesn't work. You even tried that? Josuke once again dug into the crack under the lid of the treasure box. Looks like it's working. Calm down, buddy. The pressure from across the door grew even stronger. Goto screamed. It wasn't a war cry during a test of strength. He was terrified. He was simply terrified that nothing but a single wood door was stopping him from touching something out of this world. But he was still lucky. He wasn't touching the things directly, because they were on the other side of the door. So if he were to touch them directly, Gota's cry would assuredly turn from something brave into a pathetic, piercing scream, and therefore one that was more real. What? Gota couldn't believe what was happening right before his eyes. It appears some female is coming through this door. Coming through the door, an arm was slipping straight through the wood like it was water. And as though doing this was the most natural thing in the world, and it rubbed the back of Gota's hand, and as he frantically tried to hold the door shut. Oh, hello there. Fucking, I push her back through said door. It slid up his arm to his chest and then up to his chin. Hello there. Nice to meet you. By now, Gota's scream wasn't even audible anymore. You could hear a sweet whispering voice from across the door. What? It wasn't coming from the witch, but it sounded like a young woman. However, that didn't change the fact that it came from someone out of this world. Just shove her right back through that door. You're going back out there. You're not welcome here. No. Sure, I'll let you know. I just fucking sit here for the next 10 minutes. Calm down. Fucking tripping balls though. Nope. Well, this is unfortunate. Gota was the first to die. That loot arm burst. Then they heard the sound of something jumping around the room at an incredible speed. They didn't know what it was. Incredibly fast, small like steel or maybe a beetle. When it buried itself right into the center of Gota's chest and stopped, they realized for the first time that its true form was something like a stake with a strange design on it. Gota's lunch buddy shook, bent backwards, and fell over. As it did, the door opened softly, even though no one was pushing it, welcoming in the new master of this room. It looked almost as though the door itself had accepted it. Why didn't he fall over and land in blocking the door some more? Hey, Goatman. You opened that fucking box yet? The goat attendants came in one after another, 6 of them. Then that witch came in, and the gold butterflies came in. The room was wrapped in a blizzard of gold leaf, which fell and piled up, turning in more and more into a world of gold.
Shannon, ルーレットはそなたとジョージを選んだ。解放の日に感謝せよ。
No thank you.
未練はあるまい。ないよな。惚れた男から婚約指輪をもらって、夜も共にしないうちに殺されてしまっても未練なんかないよな。女の幸せを教えてもらいたかったんだろう。
To be fair, they didn't have to get engaged for that to happen, though. I'm just gonna say that.
ああ、シャノン、ダメダメ。垂れてるぜ。お前の口元から未練が。だらだら垂れてんのが見えるぜ。シャノン。
Interesting. There's the sound of the lid of the treasure box breaking open. You just now opened it? Geez, George, you're useless. When George turned it over, accessories, charms, very small objects that Natsuki had treasured when she was a girl fell out. Mixed in that was a pouch that stood out from the rest. He picked it up and was immediately sure. This was it. Probably will do jack shit.
いいって及ばなかったの。死ね。
No, thank you. All at once, the gold butterflies attacked George, who was hurriedly trying to remove the contents of the pouch. What? Okay. At that time, a red flash seemed to light up the room for an instant. The red flash seemed to cut a hole in the cloud of gold butterflies raging around the room, drawing a circle with Shannon at the center. So the resulting scene looked truly divine, almost as though a single streak of light had cut through the clouds in this world of gold. George, who was curled in a ball trying to protect himself from a group of butterflies, didn't have a clue what was going on. What the fuck? Then he noticed that Shannon was standing guard in front of him, shielding him. Yeah, I am just fine. Okay, I think if I did, you know, a couple hits of acid, I think this would be going over just fucking swimmingly, but this is what the fuck is going on? As she glared at the witch, the rest of him with a serious face she'd never shown him before.
忘れていた。そなたもまた金蔵の優れた家具だったな。それもカノンよりだいぶ熟成した。
Sure.
カノン君はよくも。
I don't know if she did anything to him.
殺したことじゃない。よくも亡きを消し去り、その名誉まで汚そうとしたな。
I don't think that's what happened either.
おやおや、シャーノン。それを怒ってるのか？
How do you know what happened?
カノンに会えなくて寂しいなら、わらわに頼めよ。いつだって会わせてやるというのに。
And why didn't she do this shit in the very beginning of this room? Why didn't she do it in the chapel? Why'd she wait? Oh, hey, Cannon. When the witch snapped her fingers, one of the 6 goat attendants, glittered golden, changed into Cannon. It was definitely a sight to make one doubt their eyes. It was definitely Cannon's face, minus the red eyes. However, in those eyes, the glint of Cannon's integrity was nowhere to be seen. They were the hazy eyes of furniture that only obeyed the orders of the witch. George couldn't understand the scene right before his eyes. Open the fucking bag, George! And he finally understood why Goda and the rest had been unable to talk about what they'd seen in the servant room. Yeah, I guess.
楽しいぞ。死が引き裂いた2人を再会させるのはいつだって楽しい。死で引き裂いて1度、合わせて2度、もう一度引き裂いて3度楽しめるのだからな。さあ、カノン、姉と遊んでやりなさい。もし痛めつけられたら、思いっきり苦悶の表情を浮かべてやるといい。
From the imposter Cannon's arm, a strange, shining curve extended. He planned to tear Shannon apart with that. With a single stroke, he would attack Shannon, who still hadn't prepared her heart, and...
許さない。一度ならず、二度までも死者を汚すなんて許せない。ほざくな。弟に殺されろよ、ショーノ。きっといい夢が見られるぜ。
She gonna fight back? Or not? Or just die? The imposter cannon certainly seemed to lunge at Shannon, drawing several purple curves. But when he flew at her, it was as though some kind of invisible wall had been placed in front of her. The wall repelled the imposter, leaving a bright red ripple on its surface. No, it didn't repel him, it smashed him. It knocked him back, turning him into gold dust, into little bits scattering him. She's fucking... What the fuck is this? Why didn't she use this before? Fucking bullshit on this magic. Get the hell out of here. Fucking broken piece of shit. Fucking, that's so unfair. She can't be hit. Get out of here. That foolish... Why didn't she block the door? The foolish furniture who had taken Cannon's form and even disgraced his honor after death broke into countless gold butterflies. And then those butterflies themselves broke into pieces, and those pieces were broken into pieces, till they were no longer butterflies, but a gold splash that faded away.
Shannon.
George, open the bag!
ジョージさんはそこから動かないでください。
No, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want.
中心軸をずらしたくない。
What? I'm opening this bag.
これは驚いた。虫一匹殺せない面をしてこれだけの力を見せたか。なるほど。霊境がそなたに力を貸しているというのか。
What?
しかしその霊境の本当の力を引き出すには準備も時間も足りないな。
What are you fucking talking about?
そのどちらもわらわは与えはせぬ。
The spear mirror George gripped had let out a divine glow, displaying a strength powerful enough not to submit to wicked forces. But that glow was no match for the witch's sinister nature.
これだから家具は怖い。予期せずしてタンスの角にぶつける足の小指のような気持ちよ。これだから家具は怖い。
Yeah, fucking, I hate furniture when it does that.
家具。
私は家具じゃない。そしてあなたを今はとても哀れに思う。
何？ほう。1000年の魔女に100年も至らぬ家具が今何と言ったか。
You look really good for 1,000 years. I must say that.
あなたはとても哀れな人。愛し合う二人に未練がないわけがない。でもあなたの期待するような未練はかけらほどもない。
語るか、家具の分際で。ジョージと結ばれたくてわらわの靴を舐めた日々を忘れてわらわにそれを語るか。
Yeah, that's kind of weird still.
愛に生き霊念を這うが人間。
What? Crawling through the muck? Sorry to disappoint you, but no. I don't crawl through muck.
それを嘲笑い見下しているつもりであなたはそれにはるかに劣る。
I still don't crawl through the muck though. So you can look down at me in that way because I don't do that.
私は今こそあなたを哀れに思う。愛し合う二人にとって添い遂げることにどれほどの意味が。意味はある。きっとある。でもそれはあなたの言うこととは全然違う。もっと新鮮にしてあなたごとき邪悪が口にする資格もないほどの新鮮な意味がある。だから私にはすでに何の未練もない。
And she dies.
ジョージさんと愛を誓い合った。その証として指輪を受け取った。それで永遠の誓いは完了した。あなたがどんな邪悪な魔法や悪意で私たちを災難だとしても永遠は汚さない。
It's what you believe.
綺麗事を詩人のように語るな。愛は情欲なんだよ。少女漫画見たく綺麗事ばっかりで語れねえんだよ。男どもはお前の匂いに惹かれて群がるウジバエどもなんだよ。
Someone's had a rough experience in her life.
そんな
Ooh.
こともその年でまだ理解できねえのかよ。お前は失望するぜ。その後ろのメガネ男のどす黒い欲望一度でも覗いちまったらがっかり愕然唖然呆然全然ダメだぜショーノン。
Oh, that's something.
ああもういいや。何様のつもりだよ語りやがって。愛なんてそいつに気づいて人は大人になる。お前を汚らわしいウジそいつの愛のどぎ死ねえよガラクタが。てめえが愛を語るんじゃね
Okay. The invisible column of light with the Shannon at the center started to have bright red ripples drawn all over it at once. The wall did its best to withstand the unseeable malice that tried to corrode in on them from all directions.